Hello, friends. Okay, we're almost done. Isn't that sad? I don't know. I love boot camp, and I feel like whenever we get to this point, I'm like, it's sad. But I also cannot do this every single month. So it's like sad, but it's like we're doing it. Okay. So today I want to talk about fives lists and how to use them. Look at my notes here that I planned out for the month. But so it wouldn't be a boot camp, it wouldn't be a Lynn's training of any sort if I didn't bring into it in some way, somehow, your fives list. And if you don't know what a fives list is, I need you to go to guide number 2 in the team page, and I need you to watch my fives list training. It's the last, I want to say it's the last video on there, but I need you to watch that because that is the very, very basics of a fives list. A fives list is something I created in 2019 when I restarted my business. And it saved me from being a sales robot, and it saved me from being a company like email sharing person. Okay. Now, do I share the company emails when we have promos and stuff? Yeah, of course. Like I put them in my stories. I add my own little silhouette on it, right? Like if you watch the Canva training, we talked about that on there. But it saves you from turning into Thrive. Okay. And here's the thing. I am a Thriver and I am Lynn's Coggin, right? But I'm also, and I lead my social media as Lynn's Coggin, the Thriver. Okay. I am in my everyday in real life. This is real life. Like it's a cartoon, no, every day. Like, do I sit on the street with my neighbors and talk about Thrive? No, we talk about stuff in Lynn's Coggin world, right? Not in my Thrive world. But on social media, I am Lynn's Coggin, the Thriver. And the way that I do that is through my fives list. So I really want to break this down because we have been focusing really heavily lately on that intentional side of your content, right? And we've been focusing very, very heavy on, my hair is itching me. Sorry, y'all. I really should just shave my head. But anyways, we've been focusing very, very heavy on peeling back those onion layers, as Christina Tammy would say. We are peeling back those layers and really breaking down those walls because it is super easy to get into. And we talked about this on the content and intentional day, so I'm not going to get too in detail for this, but it's really, really easy to just say, oh, I'm a mom, I needed energy. Okay, but why? Is it because your toddler isn't sleeping? Is it because your newborn is teething? Is it because your babies were home sick all night? Is it because you're maybe an empty nester and you can't sleep because your kids are at college and you just don't sleep knowing that they're not under your roof? Like my mom used to tell me she stopped sleeping because of that. Maybe you're not even a parent, right? And you're just tired because maybe you got a new puppy, or maybe one of your animals is going through something and you couldn't sleep. Like, why are you tired? And here's the thing, that mom or that fur mom pulls from my branding fives. That energy pulls from my product fives. So I'm a mom and I need energy, and I'm making them into one. How am I getting, now I have my meat. What about my potatoes, right? Like any good meal, you have to have your protein, your starch, unless you're a vegetarian or vegan. I don't really know what you eat, but you're not just going to eat one thing forever, right? You need substance in your diet and in your meals. Like you're not just going to eat paper. You're going to eat paper with maybe some salsa. I don't know. Okay. So you need to have those things. So you're pulling from your branding, which is mom for mom, dad for dad, and you are pulling that energy, right, from that product fives list. Your fives list need to be bullet points. And I'm going to explain that in just a second. But I really want you to pull and think about why are you here? Most importantly, who are you? Okay. I need you to pull and I want you to think about those things. So I am pulling from my fives, my branding fives. I am pulling I'm a mom from my product vibes, I am pulling energy. And sorry that my computer is going nuts in the background. I'm trying to figure out how to turn that sound off and it just doesn't. So here we are. But I am pulling those, right? But if I just put out there, I'm a mom, I need energy, nobody's going to stop to read that. Like they're going to probably scroll and be like, same girl, like you're preaching to the choir, and keep scrolling. They're not going to know that what you are using is giving you that energy that you need as a mom or as a dad or as a fur mom or as a fur dad. Okay. They're not going to know those things. They're not going to realize that that's even what you're talking about. But when you go a step further and you go into, I'm a mom, I have a toddler that has really bad allergies and he is not feeling too hot, and I have a teething baby. Our house isn't sleeping and we just threw in a puppy. Hi, I need Thrive more than ever. Okay. So when I talk about that, it's making me human still and not making me a network marketer in the forefront. Bless you, honey, in the forefront. Okay. So you have to keep that human side. And that's where you pull those layers back of your fives list and those layers back of how to use it. And for me, my biggest thing is you don't have to overshare. I think that when people hear me train about pulling from your branding and your fives and those meat and the potatoes and the layers and the kitchen and all these things, they're like, oh, I need to share that my child was up projectile vomiting all night. No. Like we don't have to go into detail. You don't have to share Dr. Gonzalez is who I go to down the road at. Like, no, you don't have to share that they're in therapy. You don't have to share that they go to the doctor. You don't have to share. Nobody knows where Rylan goes to school. If I post a picture with Rylan in his shirt at school, I blur out and I edit out the school name. I do not share private details of my life on social media. It is still social media. What the fives list does is it allows you to hide in front of those. So kind of put those details in the back of things, so you're not oversharing details that you aren't willing to share. So like for me, nobody knows where my son goes to the doctor. Nobody knows if he has a doctor. Nobody knows our political views, our medical views, any type of views, because to me, that doesn't belong on my social media. What do my viewpoints on my children or what my children are going through or what's going on in my marriage have to do with me taking vitamins and having an opportunity for you? It doesn't. So for me, I pick those bullet points of who I am. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. My family is everything. We have a zoo, and then my home life, like my home decor or what I do, like cooking, like at home things inside the home. And I pull from those. Okay. Product fives, energy, mental clarity, mood stability, the simplicity of it, and the ultra micronized shape. Those are my killer fives. And the reason being is because all of those are why I use this product. Comp plan fives for me, weekly pay, free product credits, VIP bonus in your first 14 days, auto bonus at the second rank, no monthly fees, auto ships, quotas, cold messaging, any of that gross stuff. So that is probably like my tens list for my comp plan, but that's kind of the things that I pull from. So when I'm getting ready to talk about something, I'm going to go to my branding fives. Okay. Well, I'm going to talk about how much I needed mental clarity and mood stability. Okay. Well, why do I need that? Well, I'm a mom and I have a zoo. That's why I need it. So when I go and I talk about it, I might have in my picture a picture of me with one of the boys or me with one of the animals. And in there, I'm going to say and I'm going to talk about it and say, mom life and zoo life. Thank God for mental clarity, mood stability, and this energy. Because I don't know about y'all, but my drugstore vitamins never gave me that who saw feeling. And the fact that as a busy mom, I can get that, it helps me stay level-headed with a toddler who is sassy. It helps me stay level-headed when all three of my Great Danes are trying to jump on me at one time and our puppy is peeing in the corner. Like these are those parts of it that you can pull from without getting into, oh, well, Rylan is sick right now. He has really bad allergies. He's home from school and he hasn't been feeling well for, like, I don't have to go into those details because that doesn't matter. I'm kind of shadowing, but I'm getting intentional with it. And I'm pulling back that layer from, I need mental clarity, mood stability, and energy because I'm a mom, to telling the story behind it. And that's that intentional side, is that story. Y'all, we're paid storytellers. And if you guys remember, like in high school or middle school or wherever you learn to write papers, mine was, I remember, freshman year of high school, okay? And we had to learn how to pick a topic, a summary. Like we had to have these different parts, right? Conclusion, like topic, headline, or whatever that first paragraph was, summary, which was like the meat and potatoes, the story, and then a conclusion, right? So as you're making your content, your topic, your highlight, right? That first portion is your fives list. Your summary is your storytelling, and your conclusion is your call to action. So click my link in a bio for a free sample, click the link in the comments for a free sample. My inbox is always open. Let's do this together. I have free shipping. I have 5-10% off codes. Message me to claim. Whatever your call to action is, goes at your conclusion. It is just like that. Okay. So the thing is, we tend to overthink how we're making content. And we tend to think that just telling people our vitamins are giving us energy is enough. It might be enough in your first 60 days when you're still working with that warm market. But once you're out of that and people realize that you're with a company, you need that meat and potato. You need that summary of your content, of your paper, to send it in. And at the same note, because I know some people take what I say very, very literally, I do not mean you need a full MLA format caption. Okay. That's not what I'm saying. It could literally be 3 sentences, but you need to have your fives, your story behind it, and your call to action, whether that be a zinger, right, with a call to action on it, or just a zinger. And if you don't know what zingers are, I'll touch on those for a second. It is basically like that witty sarcasm in a status. And I love to throw these out there because it kind of catches people off guard. It is not my entire content, but it is thrown in there. Like, I like my vitamins like I like my people, non-toxic. What does that tell you? It tells you that our products are non-toxic, our products are premium grade, or stuff like that. Okay. I'm not going to go too into detail into zingers on this video, just because last time I went into a lot of detail on zingers, and that was all people started to do were zingers. They missed the meat and potatoes and the summary and the call to action to their captions. So I want you to have a good mix. But if you're struggling with that, then I definitely want you to look at it as look at your fives list and have them in front of you and pick a branding 5, a product 5, or a comp plan 5. And from your branding 5, I want you to connect it and tell a story with your product and your comp plan 5. Okay. And then have a call to action on it. I love call to actions. I think that they are, they're key. They're really important. They're key. So I'm just going to call it what it is. So I would love for you guys to continue to use those. I would love for you to use those in your stories when you're creating opportunity or product stories. You can do it the same way. When you're talking in your stories, you can do it the same way. It's just that formula for creating content. And that's what your fives list is. It's your formula. So on that note, let me give you guys your assignment. Your assignment is going to be to write out your fives list, reevaluate those, because let me tell you something, they change regularly. Mine change all the time, and that's okay. You can change them as many times as you would like. That's fine. Change them. And another thing that I want you to do is, okay, so this is going to be more community based. So I want you to share a boomerang or a screenshot, or if it's a screenshot, please be kind, of the bootcamp in your stories. You are welcome to tag me at Linz Coggin. And I want you to put on there something that this has done for you. What have you learned? What is one thing in the last, 20 days? I don't know. half a month that you have taken away so far from this boot camp that you did not have before? What is that? What is one thing? It can be more than one thing, but what is one thing that you have learned? I want you to share that and talk about it in your stories on your social media. Because I want you to share about these resources in a industry like ours, and in a space like ours. It is very common to enroll with somebody and then never hear from them again, unless there's a sale and they want you to buy something. So having these resources, having these tools is something that you need to showcase and that you need to share. And if you want that accountability and that credibility side of it, you are welcome to tag me so they see I'm a real person. A lot of times people are like, you just want us to tag you. And I'm like, no, no, no. It's that credibility part. When you're on Work With Me's and you tag people, it sends them to those people's pages to see you're not actually doing this alone. When you tag me, it shows she's a real human. You have access to a real top, I hate that word, but top leader in this industry. Full on access. So that is the point of creating that community and showcasing and tagging each other, is to show that credibility behind it. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I hope that this formula for your fives list helped kind of open up some things and help you kind of dig a little bit deeper, pulling back those layers. Nobody can tell you what your fives list is, and nobody can pull back your layers for you. It has to be you. I have gotten on many one-on-ones where people are like, what are my fives list? And I'm like, I can't tell you who you are. I don't know. What's your fives list? So create your fives list, figure out who you are, even if you're just starting with a threes list. Okay. I personally loved fives lists because it gave me a plethora of different formulas to pull from. But if that is too aggressive for you, start with a threes list. I guarantee you there's 3 things about you that you can pull from to share for content. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. We will chat soon. Bye-bye.